let's do this for fun real quick.
All
Sean
right.
Payton
Yep.
and Drew Brees had an interesting past couple of days.
Yeah. Did they?
Yep, Sean Payton on the internet.
Okay.
He is answering fan questions about plays, and he's drawing them up and explaining to them for fans on Twitter.
I like
So
it.
you can learn the Saints plays on Twitter.
I like it.
It says he first started when he saw a request for pull it up here, the story here. We saw a request for people to post their favorite all-purpose concepts of empty formations. I quickly drew one up on paper and took a picture of one of our plays and posted it. And then from there, it just continued. Here's some of Coach using some of her. He's even explaining their calls and names. Their packages here are named after sandwiches: Jimmy John's, Club, Stack, Quizno. This one's called Gun Bomber's Right, 352Y, Shock X Lucy. You got all that, Hunter?
Yeah, I got it. I'll run the play.
He said Jerry Rice mastered this option route. Great compliment, especially after Jimmy Johnson did the quarters coverage. I guess Jimmy started that. But there's just a little bit about Payton on that. So what I wanted to mention also is Drew Brees. Did you see him on Twitter yesterday?
I did not see Drew Brees on Twitter.
Almost stepped on a baby rattlesnake.
Oh,
on his run with his kids and dogs and everything.
Dude.
And
that could have been bad.
Yeah, he posted on the internet about the rattlesnake, and Sean Payton commented, "How about we find a different route?"
Yeah, I think it's a smart idea.
There are no rattlesnakes in the YMCA.
There are no,
that we know of.
But you can't even go to the YMCA in some of these places.
That's true too.
So you just gotta work with what you got, and
he's got to buy a Peloton bike.
Right? Yeah. Oh God forbid
Something.
he's got to buy a Peloton bike. We know he won't be able to afford it. My word.
If Peloton was smart right now, they would be signing up some of these athletes.
Oh yeah,
just
for marketing,
have them on there.
For marketing standpoints, yeah, they could really sell. If Peloton technically was smart, they would use this opportunity, run a promotion, lower the price, and they would essentially make back what they lowered the price for. Because so many people are looking. I'll be honest. The other day, I went to Walmart looking for just a kettlebell, maybe like a 20, 30-pound kettlebell. I can't go to the gym now. I still wanted to be able to do some sort of physical activity at home. It's not just body weight. That whole section was sold out.
What's it really?
Dude, I don't understand. That, like, they are weights, everything
home exercise
gone. Home exercise stuff is gone because people are realizing, I mean, they're going to be stuck at home what seems like for another month or two. That's just how it's going to be. So if you're Peloton or if you're some sort of, I don't know, do they still make Bowflexes? I don't know. That's a good question.
I don't know.
But any type of in-home gym routine thing, this is your opportunity to jump out there, run a promotion where you lower the price because you're going to sell so many, it doesn't really matter. Because people are going to, one, they're bored and they're on the internet a lot right now, and they're just internet shopping. That's exactly what it is. And if you put sale or deal beside anything, it's about to be gone. And two, you have people like me who did end up going to a Walmart. I haven't checked many more Walmarts because that made me really mad. But all of the in-home weight equipment was gone. So Peloton and anybody else, you heard it from me, and I want 10% commission. I gave you the idea. You heard it from me.
All right, Hunter, let's go to the way too early NFL power rankings.
Way too early.
And I want to actually start. We ain't going to do them all. I just want to do the bottom.
Okay.
Everybody talks about the top.
So what, we're going to do like the bottom 10?
Till we get to the Panthers.
They're going to be closer than you think, probably.
And the Redskins.
They're going to be a whole lot closer than you think, probably.
Worst team right now, they got the Bengals, Hunter. You still feel that way?
I'm going to say yes, just because I know what Joe Burrow can do. I was about to say, I told you, we're not going to be far. To me...
What if they just did this in reverse order, and I'm just going to waste my time right here?
It's easy.
Let me see,
Listen,
Detroit 30th.
No, it's Jackson.
Oh, God.
All right, look. So 32, Cincinnati. For me, is that a good place for them? Yeah, because I still don't know about their head coach. I do not know anything about what Zach Taylor can do, so that's fine. Washington at 31 out of 32 teams. Okay, that's fine. They don't know exactly what they're going to get out of our quarterback situation, but I can promise you this: we might have the best defense in the NFC East. So that's fine. That's completely
so you're feeling
fine.
the defense.
We're filling in the defense.
All right. Jacksonville's at 30. They traded Calais Campbell, Bouye, and Foles.
Yeah, they
cut
unloaded.
Marcel Darius.
They unloaded everybody.
So, yeah, is this a Trevor Lawrence tankathon, or are they going to support? Are they going to support Minshew?
Well, I'm going to say this as well. I've been saying this for weeks. Ladies and gentlemen, don't think Trevor Lawrence has got this number 1 pick locked up. As of right now, the number 1 graded quarterback coming out in next year's for the draft is Justin Fields out of Ohio State.
Well, don't be stupid, guys.
No,
don't pick an Ohio State
Justin Fields was originally a Georgia Bulldog,
care.
so hey. But this is not just Trevor Lawrence to win. But
I'll change my analysis if he does good, and then I'll say, well, he's originally
exactly.
Bulldog. But as of right now,
is Jacksonville in the running? If they don't get what they think they're going to get out of Minshew this year, yeah, absolutely.
Where did they draft Minshew?
Minshew was like a 6th round pick.
Okay.
Like he was a late round pick.
How unfair is it to Minshew and Kyle Allen
that they're going to get dropped for a high draft pick after a year?
Right. Is that we will put years into the first and second round picks, which you should.
Mm-hmm. They're high draft picks.
You should support your quarterback. But, like, Blake Bortles had the luck to have a stud defense play for him.
Yeah, he did. Saxonville.
So now Minshew is going to have nobody out there, and what are they going to say? Well, Minshew can't win. He's not a good quarterback. Mm-hmm. That's going to be the exact thing.
That's the fall.
They're going to use the exact thing.
They're going to use Minshew as the fall man,
right?
Because he was a late round draft pick, and nobody thought that he was really supposed to come out here and be successful.
Instead of supporting that guy for 3 or 4 years,
right?
They do him for 1 year or 2 and say, hey, well, we never supported him. We need to use that money for other things, and then they'll draft a guy and then support him, and then they'll waste 7, 8, 9 years.
Now I will say this:
hello, Buffalo, you Bills, Miami, and Jets fans. You know what I'm talking about here.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all done it for 20 years.
Yeah,
actually 25 years.
Jacksonville, though, he's got good wide receivers, and DJ Chark, and I can't even remember the other one. But he's got 2 good wide receivers. The problem is they did essentially just blow up that defense. So what are they going to do now? I have to see in the draft. We'll see.
All right. So for 11 years, Hunter, wrote a column here in the What's Up Shopper, NFL Pick'em. And for 11 years, what I do is every week I eliminate a team from Super Bowl contention.
You always eliminate Detroit in the first week.
I eliminate Detroit before the season even starts. That is my annual tradition.
There you go.
And then the 1 year, 1 year Stafford made the playoffs, or I think they made it 1 year. And messed it up. I had to put a 12A in there, and then of course it got blown out in the first round, so it didn't matter.
It didn't matter.
But yeah, every year I write my article. First team, I'll eliminate a team before the season even starts, and every year it's the Detroit Lions, and here they are at 29 in this spot. You say, what does it take to get Detroit any good? If they ever get a franchise quarterback, they'll be set. Well, they've had one now 11 years.
Matt Stafford is not a bad quarterback.
Does it not seem like it does not seem like I would have, if you would have asked me, Hunter, how many years has Stafford been in Detroit? I would have said 5 or 6.
No, I agree. It doesn't seem like he's been there for that long.
11.
It doesn't seem like he's been there for that long.
It's
been 11 years, and the crazy part is they've had talent around him at some points.
Mm-hmm.
They just, I don't know if it was the coaching aspect. They had Jim Caldwell for so long, and they could just never get over the hump. Now they've got Matt Patricia, who's basically blown up that whole locker room. Them moving off Darius Slay and trading him away to the Eagles is screaming to me that they are going to draft Okudah at 3, the cornerback, because they don't have one. But after that, I'm like, does that necessarily make you better?
No,
I don't understand. Stafford can win you games. He can lose you games too because he's just a gunslinger. but he can win you games.
I'm under the assumption, impression / if I'm in the top 5, 10, almost 10 really, but top 5 especially in drafting, and I know my team's not good. You know, if your team's the Spurs when David Robinson missed the season, that's different than your team being the Charlotte Hornets every year.
Right.
So, for example, you know, how many was it last year, the year before, wasn't one of these teams just missed because they had a quarterback out or something like Pittsburgh would get a high draft pick or something?
Pittsburgh last year, they just missed out on the playoffs essentially, and Ben Roethlisberger didn't play.
Right.
He was hurt.
The Giants are sitting at 28. And then our Panthers, our local team, sitting at 27. It says, yes, the Panthers are in the midst of a complete rebuild under new coach Matt Rule. And this was what I was getting at. Minshew, is Bridgewater getting a fair shot in this? Hey, no, he's getting a shot to start, and you can't complain about any shot.
Well, they got him for 3 years.
Right.
And if they want to move off of him, that contract is not
2 guaranteed.
Yeah, 2 guaranteed, 3 years at $20 million. And essentially, like, it just hit me. That contract is lovable by any other team that would want to move for him.
Oh, yeah.
If Carolina has an absolute down of a year and has an opportunity to get, you know, Lawrence or Fields or a quarterback that they would love out of college, they can move off of him at any time because any team would take a starting caliber quarterback at that price tag. So is he getting a fair shot? I truthfully think he's getting a fair shot because it's going to be his team to run the first season. And if he has success, then they know they struck gold. The problem is the fans are going to look at the record, and that's what they're going to think. I see they got him mighty. But you know what I'm saying? Yeah. They're not going to look at, well, maybe Teddy Bridgewater put up the good numbers. Maybe he had great passing statistics. He didn't throw a lot of turnovers. He had touchdowns. But they didn't win. And winning in football, everything comes back to the quarterback. I know, you know, a lot of people would say they've done the complete opposite with Cam. They've said he doesn't have anybody around him, that's why they lose. But for every other quarterback in the league, if they don't win, it's the quarterback. And I feel like that's what could be coming for Teddy Bridgewater.
All right, so what else with Teddy is, if let's say they don't do good these first 2 years, does Tepper, he's giving him a 7-year deal. This ain't like
Matt Rule?
Yeah. When does he start thinking about Tepper? And then let's say after year 2, Hunter, they've come in last or next to last 2 years.
Right.
Okay? After year 2, you got Bridgewater on a 1. You've got your coach still with 5 years left. Do you say, Coach, get you a new quarterback, and then now you got 5 years, or you better find something right and get it done within the next 2. And you either got to keep Teddy or get something brand new now. So that's my question: is where the Panthers going to be in a couple of places in 3 years, either dead last or competing for first because they've made a bunch of right decisions, and you may be looking at a complete change of coaches and quarterbacks again in 3 or 4 years. I'm just wondering, well, where would Tepper say? You know, if Tepper's going to say, if y'all have struggled these 2 or 3 years, is Rule going to say, well, I haven't really had my good quarterback.
Here's the thing.
Can I get a couple more years with another one?
Here's the thing. I think Tepper is the big question mark in all of this. And it's because, you know, after I've said this multiple times, whether it was on our Saturday show or whether we were in here with Zach, if you listen to him talk, he's got some Jerry Jones in him.
He's bottom line about everything.
He's bottom line. Money. He's like, I want to win. He said, if you asked him to basically, if he knew the dollar, would he pay it for a Super Bowl? He would say yes, like how Jerry Jones said. So for me on David Tepper, what I think it's going to come down to is, does Tepper still hold true to him some of the morals and roots that he had when he was in Pittsburgh? Pittsburgh's only had 3 coaches in their career. So if Tepper has any kind of roots still in him from what he learned being with the Pittsburgh Steelers organization.
The Panthers, Texans, Jaguars have all had more coaches than the Steelers.
That's what I'm saying. But that's what I'm getting at. I'm saying if he has anything, then he realizes he can't be like the Browns, a revolving door every year for coaches and coordinators, because then you'll never have success because you're not trying to build anything. Now, if Matt Rule after 3 or 4, I think at minimum you give Rule 4 years. Out of the 7, I think at minimum you give him 4 years, because then you can at least show as well to other coaches that are on the carousel, maybe looking for a job, that, hey, I'm okay with giving you an opportunity to try and prove yourself, to come in and try and establish your culture. We're not just going to be a one and done with you and kick you out like Cleveland has literally done for the past 3 years. Like, no firing during the midseason. We're going to let you come in, work, try and get your guys established, and win. If he does that, then I think the Carolina Panthers will be in a decent spot, and they won't turn into an NFC's version of basically what the Cleveland Browns were doing, where they were just coaching carousel every year. Somebody new coordinator, new coach, new GM, something, every year. So if Tepper can do that and just show that he is not impatient and Jerry Jones-ish, I think they got an opportunity.
You get free agents from two things usually: money or winning.
And winning, I think, is the biggest part. Just look, how many people have been reported to have picked up the phone and called Tampa Bay to go and join the winner in Tom Brady.
And quarterback stability. Big time free agents don't go and sign with teams. Byron Jones signed to Miami for money. He didn't sign down there to win.
Yeah, he signed for money. Well, he signed for
he
money.
Signed there to win anything.
He signed for
Miami.
money, and I think he did sign underneath maybe the impression they're drafting Tua.
Well,
maybe. But even then, that's a rookie quarterback.
I just Tua. I don't think he's going to be any good. I think he's just. First of all,
listen, I'm the same way.
The coaches don't give lefty quarterbacks any leash whatsoever. The only lefty quarterbacks have played extensive time? Vic and Steve Young. Is there anyone else that's played extensive time? Scott Mitchell got a few years. But other than that, I might be missing somebody. Are there any lefties starting right now? Tebow got a quick hook. What did they used to say about Tebow? They used to hark on him.
His throwing mechanics.
Lefties throw different than righties.
Was he left-handed?
Who?
Byron Leftwich.
No.
That's just his last name.
Shit. Was Byron Leftwich left-handed?
I feel like there was a left-handed quarterback that
Ken Stabler won the Super Bowl. Maybe. I think Stabler won two, maybe.
I mean, Michael Vick is going to be the number one.
That was the other
this.
guy I won too. Stabler, I think, got one.
Yeah, there's Ken Stabler.
Boomer Esiason made two.
Jim Zorn. Boomer Esiason. Steve Young was left-handed.
If Chasserat was right-handed, he'd still be playing quarterback somewhere.
Probably.
I swear, Hunter.
Mark Brunell was left-handed.
They don't. People.
Michael Vick.
Everybody you look at left hand, you just.
Chris Sims.
It looks weird. That's what people say. Is it looks weird? It's just not
Matt
right.
Leinart was left-handed. He had a great college career, but it didn't play out in the pros. Tim Tebow, great college career.
If you're good enough to beat
see, this is what they didn't like. They didn't like that throwing motion because it was almost a baseball overhand throw.
Kinda. He would tuck his elbow. Elbow needs to be.
It was too long.
Where's that? That elbow is pretty high. What you want is your elbow higher to get on top of the ball. Elbow low, like Cam.
Kellen Moore,
will make
offensive coordinator,
will make you rise. Right. You can look at all the lefties. Kellen Moore. He went from, hey, he might be Romo's successor to 2 years later, he's the freaking coordinator. Yeah. Like, what happened to
Kellen Moore? Kellen Moore is the winningest quarterback in college football history.
Is he really?
Yeah, at Boise State. He's the winningest quarterback.
I mean,
and he's offensive coordinator.
So Tua.
Look, to me, it's the injury-prone thing. I cannot. You never played a full season in college healthy. I can't do it. If you expect to be healthy in a league where they're literally all elite talents and they can get to you with ease, I'm sorry, I can't do it. You were running around in college, getting injured. If you try and do it in the pros, it's not going to work.
If you're watching online, I know
you're just so you're fascinated about this offhand.
It's not even. It's such an issue, Hunter. It's it's like like when something's out of place in a room,
Yeah.
or just something's not right to you and it
Right.
just bothers you. That's what Tua's throwing is, and it's not his folks, not his passing ability. It's his offhand. Look at his offhand. What in God's name is that? That is that's the creepy handed dude from the scary movies, Chris Elliott, the I don't know, what is he? The butler that does everything.
Right.
Look at it every time, Hunter. What is that? What is this thing? He's clawing this Joker. Like, oh, this one is a good one. It drives me nuts. I mean, honest to God, people are laughing at me. I would not pick him because of that. Like, why would you pick him? Like, you like, if you see that and then see the other guy you got to choose from, I'm probably going to the other guy. I don't even have to look at tape. I don't have to look at anything. I have to look at that. That's all I have to look at, is that hand right there.
Man.
Why,
I don't know,
Hunter?
man. I don't know.
Just why? Why would you do... Well, I'm going to get my camera. Where am I at? Why would you do this? What is this?
I don't know. I don't know what he's doing with his offhand. Look, to me, that's just it.
Oh.
That's literally what it is for me and Tua. It's the injuries.
Yeah.
And it's, you know, the hip injury is the major one.
That's a big injury.
That's a damn big injury.
Bo Jackson didn't play.
And he's got screws in both ankles.
Look at this. It's not just one picture. It's every picture.
I'll be honest, I don't like his throwing arm either. I'm not a big fan of his throwing arm either.
Is it not good?
No. Here. Somebody made a very good point. He said the talent that Tua has could be Brees, but he also could just be straight bust because of his injuries. If he comes in and gets hurt, will he just be able to play even a single full season? You know, we've asked that.
Cam's a big dude.
Yeah, and he's been hurt.
Right.
And this is a small guy. Let's not act like Tua's a big guy. He's maybe 6 foot, 6'1". And he's maybe just over 200 pounds. Joe Burrow's like 6'3", 6'4". Okay, and you're showing everybody the creepy hand guy now.
Look, Tua's hand, Chris Elliott and Scary Movie. Tell me that's not the same thing off this offhand. Look at it. Look at this. Look at his hand. What is he doing? What is this?
I know. That's how it can be for me as well. It's just
this one is good to you.
It's just strange.
Looks like this is what he sounds like when he gets hit. Look at that. Hit. Oh God, defensive end hit me.
Oh man.
Look at that hand.
Let's get to some NBA.
I can't. You had to bring up the hand.
I did have to bring. You had to bring up the hand.
You said Tua.
I know.
You said Tua.
So we'll slide over from NFL.
Why does your hand look like this in Chris Elliott's Scary Movie too? Someone, can I tag Tua in that?
Maybe.
You think I could get a meme going?
Maybe.
Honestly, Hunter, that would be honestly one of my dream jobs.
Is to be a memer?
To just make funny memes about sports.
A professional meme. Professional meme god.
Right. Tell me I couldn't do a good one with.
Well, do it.
Chris and Tua.
Do it then.
Yeah, but we're shadow blocked by the man. You have to pay now.
To do what?
Just to get your name out in the world.
Oh, yeah, whatever. Let's slide over now. We've talked some NFL. We've talked some college football, and we started off with wrestling. Let's slide over to the